Confronting systemic issues and forging ahead with ideas and actions to make our community safer. The National Civil Rights Museum continues its four-part series that has brought together different people from various backgrounds to engage in a frank conversation about racial violence and actual solutions. Leading this national convening series is Vida Jamu.
Yes, Vida Jamu.
Jamu.
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to say it perfectly. So thank you so much for joining us to talk about this symposium.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
All right, talk to me about the inspiration behind this. Why is this an important conversation now?
So the inspiration, oddly enough and sadly enough, is Tyre Nichols, the brutal killing of Tyre Nichols. But it's not just Tyre Nichols, right? That's one of the latest last year when we started the series. But this is a conversation that we are having to continue to have. So the National Civil Rights Museum, we like to think of ourselves as more than a museum. We are a public square where we have difficult conversations, and we are the place that we feel like we can convene these conversations.
Well, what kinds of topics can people expect as they attend this series?
Well, absolutely. So the symposium is the closing of this series. We had the reckoning, we had the resolve, we had the restoration, and now we are having the resilience, combating police violence with policies and solutions. So this one is more about providing solutions. How can we walk away as individuals feeling like we are invested in this? How do we work with lawmakers? How do we work with community leaders? How do we work with various people to find solutions and strategies to make sure that we don't continue having the discussion about police killings, about another Tyre Nichols? Is so many of us want to make sure that we are ending police violence.
And you have several different leaders who are going to be joining this discussion. Let's talk about who's going to be there with you.
Absolutely. So let me just say, there's a saying that says those that's closest to the problem are closest to the solutions. And I totally believe that. Oftentimes these people are left out of the conversations. So what we're going to do is make sure that we invite not only thought leaders and policymakers, but we are also inviting those that's been directly impacted. So we will have an opening panel that's called Pain into Purpose. And these are the courageous activists that's been directly impacted, and I'll just name a few. Well, I'll name all of them for you. The parents of Tyre Nichols, Rovon and Rodney Wells. And then we will have Eric Garner's mother, Gwendolyn Carr. We will have Trayvon Martin's mother, Sabrina Fulton, and we will have George Floyd's brother, Philonise Floyd. And they will ground the conversation, and they will talk about not only how this has impacted them, but they will provide some of the solutions, some of the policies that they have been advocating for as well. So they are on the front lines of the conversation.
Why do you think this space in Memphis in particular is an important location for such a discussion?
Well, I think for one, because we are the National Civil Rights Museum, right? And so we're talking about civil and human rights every day. We're talking about how to create positive change moving forward. So I think it's important to have it in Memphis because of who we are, our mission, and all of what's happened here recently as it relates to Tyre Nichols.
And ultimately, we are now at that point where, this is the final part to the series. What do you hope comes of this, and what are the next steps afterwards?
Absolutely. So my hope for this is that people feel as if they are walking away with tools. We want people to walk away feeling like they have the tools to drive change within their own individual unique seat of power. And that means that they take not only from that opening panel, but the facilitated sessions on policy, on public safety, and then also the closing session as it relates to cross-sector collaboration, that they're walking away with a tool that says, I can drive change.
All right, this is happening on March 22nd at the National Civil Rights Museum in downtown Memphis, and all are invited. We'd like to thank you so much for joining us this morning to tell us what's to come and some of the solutions that are on the front lines.
Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, take care.
All right, you too.